Brian Scott Short, age 45, was a registered nurse with nearly a decade of experience in long-term acute care, telemetry, geriatrics and in cardiac care. He was the CEO and founder of AllNurses.com. All Nurses was founded in 1994 while he was in nursing school. He originally started the website as a hobby and to help his fellow medical professionals. It is a social network for over 800,000 nurses. The platform offers a forum for chat and has articles. With over 5,000 pages of content, the website gets over 4 million unique visitors, and over 13 million monthly page views. All Nurses is the largest nursing website online. It generates more than $1 million annually. Brian was married to Karen Short, age 48. Karen was a native of Shakopee, Minnesota. The couple had 3 children, 17-year-old Cole, 15-year-old Madison, and 14-year-old Brooklyn. Cole enjoyed going fishing. He was about to start his senior year at Minnetonka High School. Cole and his father didn't get along well, and often got into arguments. Madison attended North High School. She was a talented artist. This piece of art was on display at her high school art center. Brooklyn also attended Minnetonka High School. She loved playing soccer. The family had a dog they named Harley. The family purchased their home in 2011 for $2 million. The home is situated on Channel Drive in the Lake Minnetonka community of Greenwood, Minnesota. The 4,200 square foot mansion had an attached 8-car garage, and the home had a panoramic view of St. Albans Bay. Greenwood, Minnesota is located in Hennepin County. It's just 20 minutes from Minneapolis. It has a population of just under 800 citizens. Brian had a long history of depression and severe anxiety. Brian had been to his family doctor, emergency rooms and urgent care several times over his overwhelming and worsening mental illness. Brian was also having financial issues with his AllNurses.com business. He was currently on medication for his depression and seeing a therapist. Brian had lost over 60 pounds due to his mental illness. Brian was also stressed about his business, AllNurses.com. There was a lawsuit against him for defamation by Achieve Test Prep, and East Coast Test Prep. The New Jersey-based company claimed that AllNurses.com failed to delete defamatory comments from its website, and was causing business to go to a competitor that they advertised on their website. The case was dismissed in August of 2014 for jurisdiction reasons, but was picked back up for review in the Minnesota District Court in September of the same year. Brian and his family was looking into putting their home up for sale and downsizing to much smaller home. They were behind on their taxes and could not pay their attorney fees. In February of 2015, Brian looked into insurance policies regarding death benefits and if it paid out to suicide. In April, the family went on a week-long vacation to Cancun, Mexico. Brian's medications were switched several times but nothing seemed to be helping. His depression and anxiety over his struggling business began to overshadow everything. He stopped going to family events and boating excursions. On September 5 in 2015, Brian went to Eden Prairie and purchased a shotgun and 2 boxes of ammo from Gander Mountain Store. On the night of September 7 in 2015, Brian grabbed a shotgun and went to his oldest child's bedroom, aimed the gun at his son's head while he lay sleeping, and pulled the trigger. He continued and did this to each of his daughters. His wife, Karen, heard the shots. She grabbed her cell phone in an attempt to call 911, but Brian was able to get to her in another bedroom and shot her to death. Brian then made his way to his attached garage and shot himself, committing suicide. On September 9, an employee at All Nurse with access to his emails noticed an email from the children's school that the children missed the first 2 days of school. The employee was concerned and called the police to do a welfare check. South Lake Minnetonka Police Department went to the home and made entry. Inside they discovered Karen, Cole, Brooklyn and Madison in their own bedrooms, all dead from apparent gunshot wounds. Brian was found in the garage with the murder weapon beside his body. He was also deceased. Police discovered a small dog unharmed in the home. Police began an investigation. They pulled cell phone records, emails, surveillance footage from the home, and the data. After a very thorough investigation, police said they found nothing that would be a motive for murder. They did find a receipt for the murder weapon, purchased just days before the tragedy. AllNurses.com employees released a public statement regarding the death of their founder. It reads, "We are deeply saddened by the unexpected death of Brian Short, founder of AllNurses.com. We respectfully request that you grant the company's employees, friends, families and associates privacy during this difficult time. All Nurses will continue to support nursing professionals by providing an unparalleled peer-to-peer online community where they can share experiences and learn from and support one another." The Minnetonka High School principal released a statement that reads, "Our Minnetonka High School family is devastated by the tragic deaths of a family in our community. Because we are a close-knit community, this will be very upsetting for students, parents and staff alike." The Hennepin County Medical Examiner concluded that the deaths of Karen, Cole, Madison and Brooklyn were from gunshot blasts to the head. She ruled their deaths as homicide. The medical examiner ruled Brian Short's death as suicide resulting from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The family's funeral was held on September 20 in 2015 in Eden Prairie. Several hundred people attended, many spoke, and recalled positive memories of Cole, Madison, Brooklyn, and Karen. Some expressed how questions in this horrible tragedy may never be answered. In 2021, relatives of Brian Short sued Park Nicollet Health System. The suit claims doctors did not do enough to treat Brian's mental illness prior to murdering his family, and committing suicide. The suit claims that doctors did not take his illness seriously enough. Courts dismissed the lawsuit, but the family appealed. The appeals court ruled that Brian was owed a duty of care as a matter of law, and dismissing the case was not appropriate when there are questions about whether the death could have been a foreseeable risk. The case was sent back to district court to go to trial, and said that expert testimony may establish if there was a foreseeable risk or not. The trial date has not been set yet. Depression is a mental disorder with symptoms such as low self-esteem, loss of interest in usually enjoyable activities, loss of energy, and sometimes pain that has no real cause. People in depression exhibit feelings of worthlessness, guilt, regret, or hopelessness. In some extreme cases the person may be delusional, and even have hallucinations. Approximately 163 million people worldwide had major depressive disorder in 2017. That's around 2% globally. Recent research suggests that depression doesn't come about from having a chemical imbalance. The studies found that it stems from faulty mood regulation, genetics, and stressful life events. Advanced technology has brought about more sophisticated forms of brain imaging, such as positron emission tomography, and other newer forms of imaging. This new technology allows a closer view at the working brain. Use of newer technology allows researchers to better understand how specific areas of brain regions regulate mood, and how memory is affected by depression. Studies have found that the amygdala, the thalamus, and hippocampus play a significant role in depression. Studies found that the hippocampus is much smaller in people with depression. A study published in the Journal of Neuroscience states that investigators studied 24 women with a history of depression. These women's hippocampus was 9 to 13% smaller. Researchers found that stress plays a significant role in the production of new neurons in the hippocampus. Without new neurons, the hippocampus shrinks. Researchers are now looking into the correlation between low moods and sluggish production of new neurons. It was discovered that antidepressants immediately increase the gathering of chemical messengers in the brain. However, people usually don't begin to feel improvements for several weeks. Researchers have found that mood only improves as nerves grow and create new connections, which can take several weeks. Animal studies support this theory. It was found that antidepressants do increase and enhance the growth and branching of nerve cells in the hippocampus. Researchers strongly believe that antidepressants are the key to developing and promoting new neurons. They believe that new medications can be developed to promote quicker results. Depression can cause other health concerns, such as heart conditions. Depression weakens the immune system, and can lead to other illnesses. Depression is a treatable disorder. The first step is speaking with your physician. Typical treatments are medications and psychotherapy. Brian Scott Short suffered from depression and anxiety for years. When he started having financial problems due to a lawsuit, he went into deeper depression. Instead of trying to resolve his issues logically, he decided to end it all, and take his family with him. Innocent children died at the hands of their own father because he took the coward's way out. Parents should protect their children, not be the ones who take their lives. Depression is a terrible thing to live through, but it does not excuse murdering innocent people, especially children. Nobody has the right to take another person's life, no matter the reason. These children had their entire lives in front of them. They deserved so much more. May Karen, Cole, Madison and Brooklyn all rest in peace. If you or someone you know is depressed, please seek help. You are not alone. That concludes this episode. Keep your eye out for the next volume, coming soon. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.